Don't walk off from me. Don't walk off from me. I am telling you that you are now detained for the purpose of a search.
Welcome to the Audit Assessor. Over here, we break down encounters between the public and the police. We examine the law, the conduct, and the context so you know your rights, their responsibilities, and where the line is drawn. Thanks to SAS Productions for letting us cover and break down this police audit. Make sure to subscribe to his channel and like his videos. His link is in the description below. In this episode, SAS is doing something most people wouldn't think twice about. Standing outside his own home, waiting for a delivery when an officer approaches and immediately frames him as suspicious. No observed offense, no conversation to establish facts, just an assumption that he matches a description. From there, the tone shifts fast. Instead of clarifying, it turns into pressure for his details. What should have been a simple check becomes a lesson in how quickly suspicion can stick when someone doesn't know how to push back.
In this episode, SAS is doing something most people wouldn't think twice about, standing outside his own home waiting for a delivery, when an officer approaches and immediately frames him as suspicious. No observed offence, no conversation to establish facts, just an assumption that he matches a description. From there, the tone shifts fast. Instead of clarifying, it turns into pressure for his details. What should have been a simple check becomes a lesson in how quickly suspicion can stick when someone doesn't know how to push back.
So I can let you go.
Listen, I'm not here to do anything. I'm here to get a Domino's pizza, and that's why I've come out of here. I've seen you out here already.
That's fine. I'm not saying you've done anything wrong, mate, but I am asking, don't walk off from me. Don't walk off from me.
Look, I live here.
I'm asking to stay where you are. If you decide to walk away from me,
why
I'll
do you
have
want,
no choice
why
to
do you want me
suspect
to walk
further that you've committed these offences, okay?
What offences? What offences have I committed?
Don't come any closer to me.
Tell me what.
I am telling you that you are now detained for the purpose of a search. I have been advised that there's somebody in a hooded jacket exactly in this precise location where you are stood refusing your details, interfering with vehicles along this road.
No,
I've asked you a simple question.
It's definitely not me, though.
I can't
definitely
confirm that.
Not me.
Yeah, if I believed everybody that told me that, we wouldn't be in a very good position.
Honestly, it's not me.
No. But are you refusing
So
to give
I don't
me your
believe
details?
there's people around here
Okay.
attacking vehicles
my
or
concern
anything.
is as well that you live in the area and you're not willing to assist with looking after your area, so you know,
I don't
that
need
raises
you
my
to look
suspicion.
after the area.
She starts with "Give me your details," and I'll let you go as if freedom is conditional on compliance. No offense explained, no grounds laid out, just an assumption that she's entitled to his identity because she's decided to engage. SAS even volunteers while he's there despite her never asking, and she admits she hasn't said he's done anything wrong. That should end it. Instead, when he asks what offense he's committed, there's no answer, just a pivot into detention for a search based on suspicion. And that suspicion mutates again when she suggests it's strange he lives there but isn't helping look after the area. Since when is cooperation with police patrols a requirement for standing outside your own address? Living somewhere doesn't place you under obligation to perform neighborhood watch on demand.
Oh, I do. There's
I'm just waiting for a Domino's pizza, that's all.
Yeah, which you won't be getting because I'm concerned now that you've committed offences that you won't give me your details so I can negate you from the investigation.
I don't have... It's not committing an offence to not give you my details, but I haven't committed a crime.
Right.
So don't tell me and threaten me.
There's no
I'm
threat
telling you.
made.
Listen.
I'm asking you to stay where you are because I'm going to have officers come and have a chat with you because I have no reason to suspect that you are not involved. Because you're
Why
not.
would I be involved when I live just there?
But I can't confirm that. If you just give me a name, I could confirm it, couldn't I, on the registration?
No, you couldn't, because I haven't got a criminal record. I haven't.
You don't need a criminal record for me to run a check on where you live to ensure.
So how would you know the person that's robbing the cars whose name? How would you know their name?
That's not how I'd negate it. What I need to confirm now is your details in order to prove that you live where you say you live. And
No, you don't, because you wouldn't know that I live there.
On the street at this time.
You wouldn't know that I live there.
Okay. I'm asking you the question.
Because I've never been arrested around here, and I've never been.
You don't need to be arrested to be registered to a vehicle.
I've never been searched around here.
Yeah.
Trust me. Look, I'm not here to.
Trust me. This is
I'm not here to start any shit.
She even suggests he might miss his delivery because of her concerns. Yet those concerns boil down to one thing. He won't hand over his details. That alone doesn't create grounds. If she's requiring name and address, it has to sit under a clear statutory power, and she hasn't cited one. Refusal isn't an offense in itself. Then Sass says, "Trust me." Trying to reassure her, he's simply waiting outside his own home. But that reassurance is dismissed outright. The dynamic is telling she expects compliance on trust, yet won't extend the same courtesy back. Instead of weighing what he's saying, she stays fixed on identity as if it's the missing piece that will validate her initial assumption. When the focus narrows to obtaining details rather than establishing facts, it stops being about reasonable suspicion and starts being about saving face.
I'm not here to do
You've been
any
gone
shit.
by
I'm
now,
waiting
if
for
you
a
give me a name
Domino's
and you weren't
pizza
involved.
and I come out and I seen you.
Yeah.
That was it.
There's no issue if you to give me
There
your
is.
details. I can negate.
Look, I
your...
don't have to give you my details if I haven't committed a crime.
But I'm not saying you've committed a crime, am I? I need your details in order to say that you are not involved in this because you do live at this location. You're saying you won't give me your details, so I can't prove that you live here. So that means I have reasonable ground to suspect that you are here for a lawful reason.
You don't need to know that I live there, what my name
I've explained
is.
all of this, and I don't need to go through it again because I've explained it. If you're going to refuse your details, I'm not going to stand and argue with you all day because at the end of the day, I do have powers in order to not stand here all day and have that discussion with you because I don't need to. Okay, I'm just trying to be polite right now and explain
Look,
to you.
I can prove to you I'm waiting for a Domino's pizza.
But I don't need to prove that you're waiting for a Domino's. I could order a Domino's here. I don't live here.
Why is the two police here?
Because I'm not going to put the dog knee because there's no need to. So I'm not going to put hands on you at the minute, but I've asked you to stay where you are. And these officers are going to come and grab those details from you.
He pins her to her own words. No crime committed. Yet she still treats his refusal to hand over details as if it fills the gap in her case. That's the contradiction. If there's no offense, identity isn't automatically owed. But she reframes it as reasonable grounds simply because he won't comply. That's backwards. Grounds are supposed to exist before the demand, not be created by resisting it. When she says she has powers because she can't stand here all day, that isn't law speaking. That's impatience. And when he offers to show her the delivery confirmation, something tangible that supports his explanation, she refuses to even look, brushing it off with the idea parcels can be sent anywhere. That's not investigation. That's refusing evidence, because it doesn't help the narrative.
But there's this concern in me that you won't give me your details when I have a real legitimate and lawful reason to ask for them. Okay?
Why do you, what legitimate
You've come
reason
round
do
the
you
corner,
have?
you've had your hood up, as soon,
Yeah.
you're on your phone, as soon as you've seen me pop out there, you've turned
Yeah,
your back
because
to
I'm
me.
trying to call
So
the
I've just had
Domino's
So
pizza.
I've just had a discussion with you, you refuse your details, you're telling me you live there in that block of flats, but won't
Yeah.
give me an address. So I can't prove that you are here for legitimate, lawful purposes, okay? You are literally standing exactly where the report's
I
coming.
could prove to you that I was
I don't
phoning
need to- I
Domino's.
can phone a Domino's, mate. I can ring a Domino's to come
You
here.
got any proof of where you live, mate?
Yeah, I can.
Just to rule it out.
I live
Rather
just
than
right here.
So was that difficult? I don't think so.
I'm not lying. I live right here.
So, emailed now saying he lives at...
So I've just come out here to check on my Domino's pizza, which should be here right now,
Well, you got
and
your
it's
hand,
still
mate.
is
Dash
here.
cam
No, it's a GoPro.
The GoPro.
And where's
I
the
didn't
GoPro
bring it
from?
out until she started talking to me.
Do you
I
normally
mean,
walk around with a GoPro in your pocket?
no,
Where's
but
the
I was
GoPro?
coming out because I've seen the police out here, and I thought I'd have interaction with them.
She actually claims she has a genuine lawful reason. Yet, when you strip it back, that reason boils down to how he's dressed and the fact he has a GoPro. Clothing isn't a statutory trigger, and carrying a camera isn't prohibited. Turning someone's appearance into grounds is dangerously subjective. It means suspicion is being built on optics, not conduct. The GoPro point is even weaker. He explains he only took it out once he noticed police nearby, which speaks more to his lack of trust than to any criminal intent. In reality, a camera doesn't create wrongdoing. It creates accountability. If the mere presence of recording equipment is treated as suspicious, that says more about the discomfort of being documented than about any threat he poses. When everyday behavior gets stretched into something sinister purely because it's inconvenient for officers, the line between caution and overreach disappears.
And I knew I would, so that's why I'm here.
I've only just landed here, I've been round the back. So
Well, I knew you was out here, and I knew my Domino's pizza was
But
coming
do
here,
you
so that's why I
suspect
brought it
that when
out.
I'm out tracking with a dog that I may ask you a question at this time in the morning, because that's
Well, I
reasonable.
was
Are you gonna
wondering
offer
why you
your-
was round here at this time in the morning when it was quiet.
Are you going to offer your name? So I can confirm that you live there, leave you to eat your Dominoes, and happy days.
But how will you know that I live there?
Because you
You
will be
don't.
registered to that address, unless you are not registered to that address, which you can tell me. It's fine if you're not registered to the address, but I need someone.
The last time I phoned the police was when there was a person outside my house with a fucking knife, and they come to my house.
We'll have a record of it then, won't we?
Look, trust me, I'm not in. I ain't got criminal record or anything. But the thing is, I've just come out here from a Domino's Pizza and I'm still hungry and waiting for it, and it's been long, over an hour and 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And then I come out here and then I
Right,
bump
well,
into
what I'm
her.
going to say, mate, is the Domino's
I'm not
live
here
there,
with.
see the police cars,
Oh,
I'm not
it
going
looks
to
weird
live
that I've
there.
got a
It's clear.
GoPro. I really
Okay.
do understand that.
I understand that.
But I've got a GoPro
Can't
because.
just rule you out. Why don't you just give us your name and then we're done. You can have your pizza and then call it a night, can't we?
Ready. My name is.
By the time new officers arrive, it's clear they're not there to reassess. They're there to back their colleague. No fresh look at the facts, no independent thinking. Just a continuation of the same narrative handed to them. SAS explains himself again calmly, consistently. But it doesn't matter because the outcome was already decided. They wanted his details. Eventually, he gives them not because a clear power has been laid out, but because most ordinary people don't know the fine print and don't want escalation. That's the uncomfortable reality here. When persistence and numbers replace clarity, compliance often follows. Not out of guilt, but out of pressure.
It's just my protection, you
You're
know.
more than welcome to film, mate. That's not the issue.
Yeah.
Because this, genuinely,
I'm still waiting for this Domino's Pizza though.
all the information you've just given could have been given without 3 police cars. Do you understand?
Is that it then? So I'm not detaining then? Right. See ya.
7 interview. By the end, when SCS asks plainly, "Is that it? Am I detained?" They let him walk. No search, no further questions, just a quiet release. But rewind to the beginning, and she had already said he was detained for the purpose of a search. That search never happened. The only tangible outcome of that detention was obtaining his details. If a stop and search power is declared, it has to be used for what it's intended for, not as leverage to secure identification. Using detention as a shortcut to personal information flips the purpose of the power on its head. What makes this episode uncomfortable isn't shouting or theatrics. It's how normal it looks. An ordinary man outside his own home. Officers confident in tone, backup arriving, and a slow narrowing of options until compliance feels easier than resistance. There's no dramatic misconduct, just steady pressure applied until the original objective is met. That's the part people miss. It's not chaos, or it's methodical. And when it's over, there's nothing to show for it. No search conducted, no offense uncovered, no action taken. Just a detention that evaporates the moment the details are secured. That's the real takeaway. The power was announced loudly at the start, but by the finish it had quietly dissolved because it was never really about what they claimed it was. If you found value in this breakdown, make sure you like the video, share it, and subscribe to support the channel and help keep this kind of accountability in the spotlight. I'm the Audit Assessor. This was episode 17. See you guys later.